So we're starting on a mountaintop, literally, like we're on top of a mountain. And if we go down, 1 mevs. On mevs. 1 mevs. If you go down, like, we're on top of a mountain. How fantastic is that? Like, it's great. So on the downside, I don't believe we have any water. Go down, down, down. Yeah, we have, like, no surface lakes, no rivers, no anything like that. Now, we are dwarves, obviously. We want to drink beer, primarily. However, sometimes you do need, water. If someone is injured, you need to use water to, like, clean their wounds. And also, people who are sick and unconscious, we feed them water. They need drinks like that. Also, if we do happen to run out of beer from some sort of tragic reason, we're going to want to do something about that. So, yeah, I don't know if the stream has been updated. Let me do that now. While I'm missing a thingamajig. Dragar99, thank you very much for subscribing. Slaves to Armok 2. Dwarf. What are we going to call this? What a real stronghold should look like. There we go. Update. Boom. 2,700 people. Yeah, so those of you who are here for Stronghold, the demo is over. It will be on YouTube. I'll upload that. It's only about a 20-minute demo, so we took a look at it, and that was about it. So we will do this. There'll be more Stronghold in the future as I get more press copies. Because right now it's just like one level, one read one, very, very short. So I'm looking forward to playing the campaign, which is always the most exciting part of these things. Okay, so yes. Oh, right. I'm gonna rename now. So the last few people. Let me send another email over here. Blam. So anyone who subscribes after this point, I'm sorry. You won't be in the first set of dwarves. I really apologize. But I have to, like, start playing at some point and start naming things. So, this should be the newest list. Oh, Knack 250. I missed saying your name. Sorry about that. Why does Gmail fail to... There we go. Google Sheets. Google Sheets this thing. Boom. All right. So let me name our dwarves. Let's open up the therapist. Now, one of the reasons I like to play with all the mods is the glitches and bugs and everything are fixed. Hospitals will work, all that sort of thing. But also I can use the auto labor mod, which is awesome. Auto labor, auto butcher, a lot of those things. So let me set some nicknames over here. We've got Knack. We got... That's the wrong list. I'm missing someone. See Ready Fee. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the stream. Always really appreciate all that. 1mevs. R Gravity. And again, so anyone now subscribing will not be in this list of dwarves. We'll do a refresh later on. So that's Marnus. Okay, we've got one dude. One male dwarf, and the rest are all the ladies. That is the fastest way to, like, breed, though. I mean, it would make no sense to do the other way around if you're trying to start a dwarven colony. Elder Jim subscribed again. You just like having your name show up. I see how it is. Thanks for the support, though. And Punkafluffin. So yeah, I mean, if we had, like, one lady and it's 6 dudes, then, you can't make babies fast enough. This, very efficient. Smart dwarves. They know what they're doing. So, okay, we've got that. Most of them are miners. I still like this setup for, like, just the fast setup. Now, being on the mountaintop is very cool, and I could start digging straight down. And I might do that. Actually, I will definitely do that. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to start digging straight down from this mountaintop, and then we're going to remove all these ramps. So no one will be able to reach us up here, except for flying monsters, I suppose. Especially because, again, we're in the 2012 version of Dwarf Fortress, so no climbers. Insider, thank you for subscribing. So we're going to dig down from here, and then we can set up pastures and everything. But I do want to set up like a main gate on the ground floor, wherever that is. Yeah, right over here. The sort of level area over here. I think actually right around here, we might dig into the mountain. And that'll be like the main gateway to our fortress. Actually, we could even do both sides. It's not quite as secure, though. Frodo and Coolman Fight, thank you for subscribing. So that's the plan. And then actually this would be an even better place for a pasture, but the safest thing will be up here. So that's what I'm going to do to start off with. So I will go and designate we got to start with a downward staircase. I'm going to designate it right over here, like that. And then I'm going to switch to up-down staircases, go down one, and then dig down a fair bit to get that started. So we're digging right down through the core of the mountain. Let me make sure that my, auto labor is enabled. Current state is turned on. Great stuff. What about auto butcher? I want to get this going. Auto watch. All? No? Oh, maybe all auto watch. Example. Yeah. Right, target, but it's set by default. We're okay. What is it currently set to? Maybe we could have started. There we go. Auto watch. There we go. Good. Okay. So that's going to automatically flag when we get too many animals of one type or a good number of animals of one type, it's going to start butchering them. So we've got that. Now, when we get to the right level, where's the ground level? No. Oh, we do have a lake. Just a tiny little lake. Not much, but it's there. Okay, so this is our ground level, so we're going to start establishing our fortress now. So I'm going to set up the first macro, which is just going to be like a biggish area. I'm in the zone thing. We're going to designate, start in the right place, start the recording, make sure we're in stairway mode. Dig that out, which we already have. Start a dig like that. Switch back to stairs, like that. Go back to dig mode. This, stairs, dig, stairs, dig, like that, and then we position ourselves in the correct corner, go down one, and stop the recording. And we can save this as main halls or something like that. And then if I play my macro, zoop, there we go. We'll dig out just a few levels like that and get things started. Voila. Back to the top over here. I'm going to set up a quick little pasture over here just for now. Again, we'll probably have a bigger pasture down below just because the grazers will fill this area pretty damn quickly or they'll eat all the grass. Pen pasture, set it. And so both the water buffalo and the yak bull need to be grazing. So we're going to get them to work in that area. Someone's going to go and bring them over there. Good stuff. We struck Alexandrite. Excellent. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set a hotkey for my front door over here. Front door right over here. Set hotkey, F2, zoom. There we go. All right, I should bring the chat back up because I hid it. Dwarf Fortress. That's exactly what's going on over here. Karakwan, is it just me or does this version look better than the 2014 version? This is a different tile set than I was using in the 2014 version. Very, very similar, but not quite the same. So it's going to be very dependent on what tile sets you're using. Neither one of these are the default tile sets. This starter pack is currently using the Phobius TWT Frissy version, which is slightly different from the other Phobius I was using. So yeah, they're just going to start that digging. I probably dug out a little bit too much, so there's going to be some delay until things actually get established, but that's all right. The ground floor there. Now, one of the things, we may not have a lot of farming area. Actually, that might be okay. What is this? Oh, okay, we've got black sand walls. Okay, we can probably set up some farms over there then. So I'm still thinking main entrance. Yeah, main entrance over here. And what we can do is have it go like in this way and then come down this way and then set this all up as like a big military defensive thing. There's some structures and things I can build there. So let me go 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. That will become a farming area, assuming there's enough actual sand there. We'll get our farms going. Yeah, so this is the stable version with the starter pack, just because it flows so much better. But soon, maybe in a month, the other version will be A, done getting all the the quick instant patches, and B, have full like mod and add-on support, and just make our life go a lot better and nicer. Do 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 do. Did I miss a name? There are a lot of names that go by, so I apologize there. We'll take a look at the list soon enough. What are my dwarves digging out? They're still doing that. This is stone, so it all takes a while to do. And I mean, I probably shouldn't have set up so many halls this early because it does delay the rest of it. But we're going to be all right. In terms of supplies, we've got a little bit of food, plenty of drink. We'll probably do some plant picking up. What's buzzing around over here? Great Horned Owlman. All right, that's a little bit annoying because they do fly and might take some stuff out over here. Let me dismantle this building. Also, this person over here is a woodcutter. So I'm actually going to get him to start cutting down some trees. I don't think we've got any trees on the surface up here. No, so I'll probably have to send him like way down over here and just get him to chop some wood because we're going to need some more wood. There we go. You make good vids, have money. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate the support, the very like explicit support. Very nice. It is nice to, you know, be able to eat and do that sort of thing. I'm going to be a big fan of being able to pay my mortgage. That's pretty awesome. Do. Dismantle the wagon. You don't have to do this, but the wagon itself is like 3 logs or something like that. So if you do dismantle it, you get a little bit of extra wood early on. You know, I'm going to just pull back a little bit over there. And just to save travel from the ground, I'm going to go ahead and dig out this area now. Something like that. And yeah, so you'll see what I'm going to end up doing over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build, basically there's going to be a barracks over here. Probably doesn't even have to be quite that big, like this. And then what I'm going to do is have fortifications here so that people can shoot through it. And I'm actually going to channel everything over here so that any enemies that do make it inside here will not be able to go right up to the fortification and shoot through, which will give everyone inside cover against arrows, but they'll be able to shoot out. Plus, I'm going to fill this hallway with traps. This isn't going to be like last week, where we were explicitly goofing around and hoping to lose. Exile Magpie, thank you for subscribing. And, you know, we're just goofing around. This is going to be a little bit more of a serious fortress, which means, you know, unless something disastrous happens, it won't end today. So we'll just have a fortress that is just operational and working. Get that going. And what I'm going to do too is I'm actually going to hollow out this whole area here. We'll probably use it for a stockpile. Actually, yeah, we're going to do that. And well, actually, it's not going to be quite centered, but that'll be okay. Oops. Like that. And then we'll set up some workshops just down below it. Like that. And obviously we'll need to actually give our dwarves access to that area, but I'm going to get them to continue to dig out what they're digging out now before I open that up. But yeah, we'll have a big mega stockpile over here, and then a bunch of workshops just underneath it. We'll get this stuff going on. Okay, we got that. I probably don't need to have a hotkey over here, actually. Yeah, why would I? Might be handy to have this level hotkeyed. I'll leave it for now until I move my my pastures outside the front door. But it's a nice big area over here. We should be able to build like a giant wall ourselves in very nicely, have everything pastured and safe inside. Be very good. As soon as this hallway is done being dug out, I'll put out a refuse pile as well. Get that started. Oh, the other thing I want to do is plan out where I might want to put my my butcher shop, which I think will probably be right over here, like that. Actually, if I go build workshop, butcher shop, what are the null tiles? Okay, so I want to do something like this. There we go. Bit of a hike to get there from the outside, though. The problem is, these are soil walls, so I can't build a fortification for a window there. I would like it very much if the butcher didn't have to walk so far. What are we going to do about that? But I do want it to have air. I suppose I could just build, like, fake fortifications. Like, I could build a wall. And that might be fine. I'll do that. It's like right over here. Here, literally right over here. We're going to do that. Actually, I could just have it open. Completely. That works. Okay. Oh, Dwarf Fortress. So much fun. I spend way too much time playing this game. So yeah, some people are still coming in and ask for Stronghold. The Stronghold part of the stream was over. It's just basically a demo, so we already played through it. And then we did a straw poll to see what we should play, and Dwarf Fortress won. Railroad Tycoon did come in second. It's possible what we'll do is do Dwarf Fortress for like 2 hours, and then Railroad Tycoon for an hour. Or, you know, just play a game of Railroad Tycoon, however long that takes. What the hell is that critter? Chinchilla men and women. Okay, the great horned owl people are gone. Still chopping down all those trees. Still digging all this stuff out. Are they literally just like hanging out by my front door? Go away. What are all my people doing? Dig, drink, carve staircases. Okay, that's all fair. Oh yeah, they're still filling in these bits here. Yeah, I probably designated way too much digging and I'm slowing down my start. But that's okay, we still have lots of booze. We're okay. Nothing to worry about, guys. I'm really looking forward to Train Fever. That might be a very cool game. Basically a modern remake-ish of a railroad tycoon-y, transport tycoon-y kind of stuff. Alright. Finish chopping wood. Yeah, I definitely designated way too many things to be dug. But we're mostly done now. Finish this level. It'd be nice to find the farms as soon as possible, or set up the farms. Got to get all of our plump helmets growing. Maybe I'll actually dig out another row over here. So we'll make 6x6 farms or something like that. We'll also need a bit of a seed stockpile. Bum 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 bum. Is there a map editor for Dwarf Fortress where you can make a custom map? Not really that I know of. Oh, everyone just went to sleep. And they have no beds, so they're going to be a little bit cranky, but they should still have a lot of motivation to keep this going for now. Hopefully everything will be all right. No combat logs, so luckily they're not fighting with the chinchilla people, which is good. Looks like my my wood chopper is now idle, which is fine. You can take a little bit of a break. Once we get our stockpile going, then there'll always be something to do. Yeah, finish carving out the front entrance. And then carve out the farms, and then carve out a stockpile. What is this? Rudel. Different kind of stone. Interesting. A tutorial for a new version of this. The new version is basically the same as the old version. There's not much of a tutorial to be made, honestly, so it's pretty samey. I will, once it stabilizes a bit, I will be making some proper videos for it, especially with the starter pack, again, once that stabilizes. So I'm going to go and set a butcher's workshop right away, just so that we have it set up. Make it out of chalk. There we go. We're going to have a chalk mug industry again, guys. Makes everything taste a little bit funny. Like, this coffee is super creamy, and I didn't even have to add any cream to it. It's just white. Ugh. All right, fair bit of stone. Okay, there is some sand there, which is good. Because stone floors, you need to flood it with water before you can farm on it. But soil and clay, you don't have to. It's not as great farming opportunity as I'd hope, but it'll be okay. Yeah, the new version is mostly about adventure mode in a way. Also, the rest of the world does advance while you play, which is kind of interesting and can make a bit of a difference in terms of reading the events. But yeah, it's mostly about like adventure mode and legend mode and stuff. And there are some improvements to the fortress mode, but fortress mode mostly plays the same. If you want a different experience, you actually just get the Masterwork mod or something. Alumbro, thank you very much for subscribing. Or bro. Build plot. We're going to build a big farm right over here. This is going to be all plump helmet all the time. I don't know what other kind of seeds I remember I took with me. I don't remember what my embark settings were. I may have cave wheat. We'll try and see if we can set up a cave wheat thing over here. I don't have a bookkeeper yet, so, I mean, I could assign one. But without a table, he's not going to be able to take counts. No one's got any relevant jobs. I suppose Knack over here, he's the expedition leader. Maybe we'll make him the bookkeeper. And we'll assign a manager as well. Dragar is going to be the manager. And then we need to set the settings for the bookkeeper to highest precision for counting. But yeah, they'll need offices to get started. Okay, 5 idlers. There's no more digging jobs set up, so let's go ahead and open this up now. Actually, on both sides like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. And actually the same thing on the bottom over here. Like that. Workshop and stockpile levels. So, certainly we brought some plump helmet spawns, because I always do, because plump helmets are awesome. Is it autumn already? No, it's late spring. Okay. I'm misreading things. Maybe we have quarry bushes. We'll find out if there's errors. Oh, actually, if I may have brought pigtails with me. If it is, I definitely want to grow them. Pigtails can be spun into cloth. And get a cloth industry started early is really, really nice. I can build my first stockpile right over here in the, actually, I guess in the area that's just stone. This over here is going to be a food stockpile, but not really a food stockpile. It's going to be a seed stockpile. Bam. Okay. No more idlers. People are going to bring seeds down here, get that started. I like how someone just left a pick on the ground. They're like, I'm not digging anymore. Screw this. Just bump. All right. So again, I have auto labor enabled, so people will automatically be assigned and remove jobs in a relatively reasonable way. You can see farming set up over here, that sort of thing. It gets a little wonky with hunting / woodcutting / mining. Because those jobs are mutually exclusive. So I usually just set a woodworking or a wood cutting cap of 1 and a hunting cap of like 1 or 2. Because otherwise you can get a really weird situation where all your dwarves get assigned. If you set like any wood cutting at all your dwarves can get assigned to wood cutting jobs and no one will mine. Even though you don't have enough axes to do the wood cutting. Kind of a pain in the butt, but there you have it. All right, dig, 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 dig. You know, there's no sound, is there? Did I not have a sound sense to start automatically? Well, that's a little bit dull. Let's get that going. Oh, I don't have the sound packs. Well, we'll start it downloading, then we'll start to get some sound effects at some point. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt the stream. I don't think so. Bum, 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 bum. Just do messages and environmental sounds. Don't play everything. Still get sound effects when it rains. That sort of thing. We probably get seasonal music as well. I think safe environmental music. Maybe I'll actually just go to import messages only. We'll play it super mega safe. All right. That'll kick in at some point. Once the sounds get downloaded. Dwarf give up of mining. Yeah, what kind of dwarf gives up on mining? That's like a dwarf that gives up on drinking. Sick. Unholy. And unheard of. I can start building some of my workshops here and just get them queued up. We need a mason's workshop made out of granite. That's great. Probably a couple of craft dwarves workshop and chalk, because for some reason. Putting some nice space between them. One bowyer's workshop, because we're going to want to be able to make some crossbows at some point. I think I didn't start with an anvil, so we'll have to buy one at some point. And I need a carpenter's workshop, like so. There we go. Get those bad boys queued up. Top priority will probably involve building a couple of tables and chairs for my offices, and then some beds. And then after that, starting like a billion wooden bins and a billion rock mugs and rock pots. Rock pot. There we go. Webcam. I don't know how to webcam. We could start building a wall out here too. Before I start building a wall out here, what I'm going to do is build a rock stone pile of whatever type of rock that I'm going to use for the wall. Let's say granite, and get some wheelbarrows out here so that they'll use wheelbarrows to bring the stone out. Because otherwise it wastes way too much time. But it's very nice to do that as a setup early on. We can probably start to set up some stockpiles though. Food, yes, it'll be a special one. Let's go one row over here and another row over here of food, and one of them, the one on the left, will be all the food. So we're going to block drink and seeds, and the one to the right is going to be just drinks. So we're going to block all and then permit drinks, like so. That way, just make sure that we don't run out of capacity for any one thing. And then we'll put down a furniture storage, which you always need a fair amount of. Fills up pretty fast. Some finished goods. Another one that tends to fill up relatively quickly. Oh, you know what? There's a rock in the way, so I don't want to sign it quite yet. Oh, and you know what? It's probably time for us to go over here and remove all these ramps, so that our mountaintop is going to be totally safe. The only way to access it will be through our staircase. Also the flying critters. We can designate removal of stairs/ramps. So I'll do this like that, and then I have to make sure to undesignate the actual staircase so we don't remove our stairs accidentally. But it'll remove all the ramps on the side, so no one will be able to get to the mountaintop other than through the fortress up the ladder here. And what we might want to do is like continuously remove all the ramps on all the hillsides and just keep having like entrances and exits in various bits and places. Well, we'll play it by ear once we get there. Food supply. Plants are running a little bit low. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to tell everyone, I'm going to designate a bunch of plant picking out here. It might slow down some of the mining and whatever, but it'll make sure to give us a little bit of a boost in our food stockpile. Also then, some of these will be strawberries and whatever. We can then go and set up a little strawberry field just outside our base. Strawberry fields forever. And I still don't have accurate stock counts, right? No, there's question marks everywhere. Because I want to find out exactly what seeds I have so I can set up a proper plot over here. It looks like I probably don't have any quarry bushes, for example, based on the fact that none have been planted yet. Although one of the things with the auto labor, if you don't have any idlers, it's really good at like making sure you never have any idlers. It'll keep everyone busy all the time. But if you're sort of too good at keeping everyone busy, it might not get a chance to assign any farmers. So you can remedy that by like forcing there to always be farmers assigned. Which is the same thing that happens to me when I'm running even Dwarf Therapist. Like, I should just have one dwarf who is, like, 100% farming all the time just to make sure that we don't end up with a lull. But in practice, I'm going to just make sure that I don't queue up too many jobs, which I know is very, very unlike me. But we'll give it a try. That is still being worked on. I don't think we need a still or anything yet. Chalk mugs would be a huge business in dwarf societies because it would add emphasis to their statements when they angrily throw the mugs at the wall and other drunk dwarves. It's true, they would shatter into a powder. Also, you kind of slam them down on a table, they leave a nice mark. You can like start drawing on the table with your chalk mug. Boo 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 boo. Yes, I've seen the message about Space Station 13. It's definitely something that would be fun to play at some point. It is on a sort of a to-do list, but not a very high to-do list. Hello, Entar. Thank you very much for subscribing. Entar 256 is an 8-bit number. Why did we pass? Oh, we paused because it is summer. Right, we autosaved for summer. How joyous and joyful. It'll be interesting to see now if any pigtails get planted in the summer. Things are still being carted back and forth. I think because of the way I set the stockpile, probably there's some actual food or drink in here that is now going to get moved back over there. Because I just put down a food stockpile at first before I set it as seeds. So they probably brought some food over, and now they're just putting it in the right place, and then they're drinking from their booze over here. Awesome. Good, 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 good. Everyone is busy digging. Where are they digging? Oh, down here. Okay, that's fine. We got some gems. What kind of gems are these? We've got Alexandrite and Pyrites. Alexandrite is actually a really pretty gem in real life. And I think a lot less common than like actual diamonds or something. If I'm remembering correct, I might be getting confused with something else. But it's like, this is the thing we should actually be treating as rare. Because diamonds, not quite so rare. The Pyrite is probably a nice cheap thing to work at cutting. Unless I set up a glass industry, but that seems unlikely. At least until I got lava. Although we do have a lot of trees. We can make like basically unlimited charcoal. Which is good. Alright, this is all clear. Good. We need to set up some more stockpiles. So I had set up the furniture stockpile. I need to finish, or set up a finished goods one. Something like that. We don't have any leather, but I'll go ahead and set up now. We don't have any cloth, but I'll set it now just so we've got it. A little bit of an ammo dump spot. A little bit of weapons. A little bit of armor. We can make a little gem stockpile. We don't have, like, it'll fill up pretty quickly, but once we get bins and stuff, it'll start to make sense. And, oh, definitely a bar and block stockpile right over there. I'm gonna move my view around. Laser King of Murdervania. Well, your Majesty, your Royal Highness, your Grace, it is a pleasure to have you here. Please try not to kill anyone while you're here. My last fortress, I actually had a vampire, and that was fun. Going around killing all my dwarfs. All right. People are mostly carting things around, removing stairs and ramps. Okay, I'm gonna start setting up some jobs now. The manager can set up jobs before you have tables and chairs. By the way, like I know I'm not explaining all my hotkeys because I'm not doing this in tutorial mode, but J is your job list, and then from here you can hit M to access your manager, and then Q to order something. So I'm gonna get rock throne 2, rock table 2. We're gonna order some beds to be made. We'll queue up like 10 of those and try to set up some bedrooms. We want rock pots. We're trying to, like, sort of in this order, and like unlimited numbers of them because we're gonna need them. Wooden bin. Whoops, not cabinet. I know. Build me one because you can't zero out of that thing for some reason. Remove. Wooden bin. And like 30 of those. You can't, like, you're gonna want like unlimited bins basically. Also, mechanisms. I'll queue up like 30 and then build workshop. Mechanics workshop is what key? T. So we're gonna need some mechanisms so that we can build some traps and stuff. Put a little bit of gap in there. I gotta reorganize my windows better. Iceman 121177. Thank you very much for subscribing. Yeah, I need to figure out a better setup for my chats. Build it out of granite. That's fine. Oh, and another very important thing. We need wheelbarrow made out of wood. Make me, I don't know, 6 of them. And actually make that max priority. Because we're going to need to assign some of those soon enough. Okay. 0 idlers, way too many jobs assigned. We got food growing though, so that's alright. We don't have to worry about overkill. Hopefully we'll get some migrants relatively soon. Yeah, I have workflow. I have the workflow DF mod. And at some point, I will probably go and configure that. In fact, you can get to it from... Isn't there like a hotkey on the menu? I don't know. Maybe I have to enable it in DF hack. Workflow is a very good DF hack thing where you can like set limits. You can say, listen, make sure I always have 100 units of booze. And it'll start and stop jobs automatically based on things. I guess you got to set up the job first, right? I should hotkey this level. F3 zoom. You like set up a repeat job. And then, I don't know. I'll work it out a little bit later. I've used this before and it is very, very handy, but I actually don't mind manually queuing up most things, so that's okay. Watching the chat. This new gamer is just the one he had before. This is not the game we played like last week or the week before or whatever it was, because that one we intentionally went looking for the candy and unleashed clowns upon our fortress, and things were bad. Espion, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the support. So we're bringing some little strawberries and things from outside into the fortress, when it's still relatively idle. People are starting to build things, one person on the break. Everything is fine and groovy. I have dabbled with Franchise Hockey Manager. And we may end up dabbling with it on a video soon enough. It's like, those are still weird games. They're games, like so many of the games I play, right? So many of the games I play are either like the worst, most boring games ever made, or the best, most amazing game ever made. And the Franchise Manager and Over the Park or Out of the Park Baseball are exactly that. They're like giant spreadsheet managers for like managing sports teams. You know, there's basically no graphics to speak of, even less than Dwarf Fortress. But they do what they do extraordinarily well. Okay, table and chairs have been done. Looks like some of the plants are ready to be harvested. Hopefully they'll do that soon. So over here in my workshops, I will actually go and set up and build chair and table. So we're going to oversee things over here and there. Oh, we don't have our second table yet. Oh, it is done, but it just probably hadn't been moved to a stockpile yet. Currently reserved, so I can't place it. Now? No, it needs table. Who's hauling the table? Oh, there, I just saw it getting hauled away. There we are. And then place the table over there. Please and thank you. I know, one dwarf's pissed up. It's like, I just brought it upstairs, put it in the stockpile, and now I gotta go and bring it downstairs again? God. Okay, a couple wheelbarrows are done, which is nice, which probably means it's time to set up a rock stockpile outside in preparation of building our walls. It will mean that we are going to have a lot of dwarves just sort of occupied by hauling rocks. Maybe it's too early for that. It is. We don't need walls yet. It's way too early to worry about defenses. If I want anything, I'll just build some traps for now. But there's no way that we're going to get attacked right now. Cross our fingers. What are we fixing now? Will Quill continue the D&D adventure from 2 weeks ago? I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know. I think I might have to start doing like a regular D&D something or other. Like explicitly do that. Because some people really like to see it and some people don't. And the Saturday live stream right now is, you know, gaming and I don't know. I need to sort this out. There's so many things in my life I still need to organize that I'm bad at organizing. Oh, it might be time to set up a refuse pile. That is something actually that would be very, very useful. And actually, we'll keep it not far away from the butcher shop, so bones and things will be able to get brought out over there. Oh, here's what I need. I should put in a wood stockpile inside so that we'll safely have a nice big supply of wood in our base. So all this stuff outside. Again, this will keep everyone pretty busy right now. Lots of little tedious labor to take care of, but that's all right. If we take a look up here, what is still sitting on the top? We've got logs and barrels and things to be brought in. Okay. Still lots of jobs for our dwarves, as is. Miss Carsnell says, you're doing a whole bunch of videos a day, too. How do you even have time to do anything? And that is the problem. Right now, it is just sort of, there's a limit on the amount of time, and I don't know what to cut. I can't do more. I can't realistically do more than I'm doing now. So it's a question of prioritizing this over that. And I like all the things I'm doing, so, you know, we'll see. I want to smooth out these walls here a little bit and make me feel better about life. So I believe I embarked without dogs or cats. We're going to have to count on migrants to bring over some pets and animals and stuff too. Or we might have to get to the point where we like chain up some chickens out here. As silly as that is. but it is an option for thief detection. I think like one of these plants actually like withered. Yeah, withered plum helmet. No one came and picked that plant in time because they're so busy doing everything else. Let's take a look over here. Auto labor list. Farming. Migrants! Excellent. That's what we need right now. That's really good because we have so many jobs. Seriously though, where is... Am I going crazy? Oh, it's probably plant? It is plant. Okay. And there's a minimum of one. There's a dwarf. There's at very least one dwarf assigned to doing the farming. He's just being distracted by other things. So the auto labor is not screwing us up. So let's wait for these migrants to kick in. And then we're going to go and rename them. Oh, there we go. All these withered freaking plants. They're just being brought out. That's actually like a lost seed and everything. It's just horrible. Horrible. That's what I get for queuing up too many things. Bum, 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 bum. Migrants are going to take our gerbs. It's okay. I got lots of gerbs. I could handle like 50 migrants right now. We might have a bit of a food issue if we got 50 at once. We'll ultimately be okay. Actually, what I should probably do is like not have set up jobs to pick plants outside, but I don't know. Like they're prioritizing grabbing the withered plants as opposed to the other ones. Although that, I just realized this might be someone who's trying to clean stuff as opposed to an actual farmer. Yeah, because there's a bunch of people grabbing those withered plants. So our farmer's still not doing the job. I could set a minimum of 2. Maybe I should do that. There we go. Make sure there's a couple of dwarves. It'll increase the chance that someone is going to be persistently working on things over there, hopefully. Oh, I need to assign my rooms over here to my expedition manager, who's also my bookkeeper, and my manager. There we go. Manager, expedition leader. Now they have their offices, which means the bookkeeping should start to kick in at some point. They're going to spend some time updating the books, and then I can get some accurate counts about what my seeds are and things, which will be very handy. Back to 0 idlers, as to be expected. Lots of storing into stockpiles. But hopefully we can keep up on the farming as well. And that's it. Like right now, there's just so many hauling jobs. That's why I don't want to do the rock stockpile yet, even though that is part of the master plan. Beds are being constructed. Great. Might be time to start mining again then, with that in mind. Let's go down a few levels. Oh, right, and I still have to rename the dwarves. Let's go down a few more levels, and I'm going to backtrack a few, so somewhere around here. That'll be pretty good. Boom. This is going to be a bedroom level. Now, last time I didn't do the finger bedrooms. This time I will. Chord. Stop that. Play. But I got a bit of a design that'll be pretty nice. I got to start, what, here? We can do that. But then we can actually incorporate in the middle of those the fancy rooms. The fancy study, dining room. And it does leave pretty small bedrooms, though, is the only problem with this design. Which can make it a little bit harder to get a high-quality bedroom, but once you not just smooth, but engrave the walls, it's usually going to be pretty good. So I'm not going to connect the fancy bedrooms yet, but that's just where they're going to be later on. There we go. Resume. Hauling. There we go. We've got some accurate counts. Good. Stocks. Seeds. Here. We only have plump helmet spawn. We have one prickleberry seed, which is from outside. Although some of that may just be they haven't eaten the... Oh, raid call is running? Really? Go away. They just haven't eaten all the plants we picked from outside. And once they do, they'll leave more seeds behind. So there's no point in setting up a farm outside at this point yet. Maybe soon, though. Okay, let's name our dwarfs. So if we read dwarves and organize by migration wave, so we got a wave of 7. Let me go to my list over here. So next up is Ancient Chaos. Boom. Ancient Chaos. And Numpty Feckwit. Which is like almost a dirty word. We got Garden of Sinners. Whoops. Oh, whose name is too long. Also, let me go through it. You're going to be Garden of Sin. Sorry. We got Ms. Carsonell. We've got Gurgitch. Killing Maw. And Mick. Boom. There we go. And, did you bring any animals with you? No, really? We only got the 2 bulls. And they're not even the same kind of bull. Well, or rather, even if they were the same kind of bull, that still wouldn't mean any breeding, you know. Bulls as opposed to cows. But it's kind of annoying that they are different species. It would be nice to get an animal breeding program up at some point. Thank you for reminding me about the trade depot. It is midsummer. We actually haven't started our goods production yet. So we will have to do that as well. I'm going to put it there. I suspect that this this trade depot is going to move at some point. I might want to start producing my... those are my pots, which I think should be the thing that act as barrels. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. Did you know I read every single comment someone leaves on my video? That's insane. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I'll read yours.